How's it going, everybody? An interesting question was asked a while ago, and I decided I'm gonna address it. Basically, what it is what cards would you trade for at the card trader? I guess and I'm not the know-it-all guru on what the card trader has or sells or has up for trade or anything, but I mean, I figured I would go over what he does have currently. Just looking at his deck listing right now, or I mean his card listing. I could tell you right now, the number one card that I would definitely aim for, and I'm pretty sure this is the only UR that I have even bought from the trader, and it's two of them that I bought from him, is this one right here, Ryoku. This card has the versatility for this card is ridiculous. Especially in farming decks. If you're looking to farm characters, this is a pretty good card because if you're aiming for high dual assessment points, if you manage to get two of these and you're running a Cerberus deck, you're running two. Oh, actually, yeah, Cerberus. I'll show you right now. My bad. Actually, it's 4 URs that I've traded for this guy. So let's see. Monsters. Actually, I don't know why I did that. Let's see, sort for rarity. Okay, so check it out. So these are the ones that I have traded. So you see, I got two Ryokus, and where is it? The that stupid card. Am I not seeing it? What's going on here? Okay, I am not seeing the card. I don't know why. Must be blind. It's the Wait, Cerberus isn't... Oh, he's a super rare. Okay, my bad. Alright, 2 super rares is what I've gotten from this guy. Alright, so the Mythical Beast Cerberus. He's frequently used in farm decks. If you haven't found or know anything about farming decks as far as like Cerberus goes, I highly recommend you look somewhere online. You can find a bunch of other YouTubers who know how to run these decks really well, but basically that's a whole different other topic. But anyways, Ryokus, 2 of these, 2 URs, definitely recommended. I would definitely go for these at any chance. Just 2 copies, even just 1 is good. If you don't really feel like farming, then just one card would be good. Anything other than that, as far as URs go, I haven't really seen anything worth getting. So, but this is definitely a must-have. Red Eyes Black Dragon, you get 2. You get one, I believe, from Joey, and you get another one from Rex Raptor. Definitely don't go for a third. There's no point. So definitely just a waste there. As a matter of fact, I don't see a need to have 2 Red Eyes Black Dragons, but I'll go into that here in a bit. Gravekeeper's Oracle. I've never really looked at this card. I have no interest in Gravekeeper decks. I hear they're pretty good though. So, I mean, if this is something you're looking into getting, if you want to make a Gravekeeper's deck, then I wouldn't see why not. But let's see. You can tribute 3 monsters or 1 Gravekeeper monster to tribute summon, but not set this card. When this card is... See, it requires 3 monsters. Yeah, I mean... Or 1 Gravekeeper monster to tribute summon, but not set. Okay, so just one Gravekeeper. When this card is tribute summoned, you can activate these effects and resolve sequence up to the number of Gravekeeper monsters. So this requires 3 Gravekeepers to get the full effect for it. It's kind of hard to pull off, if you ask me, especially when we're in a meta where monsters don't stay on the field very long. But, I mean, if you're interested, go ahead. Toon Summon Skull. Toon decks just aren't very good right now. I'm pretty sure you can make a decent one. I just wouldn't recommend it. I have the stones for it, but I got no interest in the Toon deck either. Woodland Archer is actually one of the new cards that they have recently added. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except by having 2 or more normal monsters in the graveyard. You can tribute this card to add 1 Gemini monster from your deck to your hand. That's actually pretty good. If you're running a Gemini deck, which I have no Gemini, so it doesn't really matter. But even a normal deck, 2 or more normal monsters in your graveyard. If you're running a normal deck, I mean, hey, that's pretty good. Because you have a tribute monster in your hand, boom, special summon this guy, tribute, and you're good, you know. So that's actually pretty good. Bad reaction to Samochi. As long as this card is visible on the field, any effect of increasing your opponent's life points is changed to inflict the same amount of points and damage to your opponent's life points. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't waste my stones on this unless you're building for a specific type of deck. I just wouldn't go with it. Now, Union monsters. I'm just gonna be honest. I never saw the point of Union monsters. It just seems like a waste of cards to me. But if you're looking to run a Union deck, by all means, go ahead. But no. Spider Egg. Activate only when your opponent declares a direct attack while you have 3 or more instant type monsters in your graveyard. This could actually be pretty good. If you're running an insect deck, I actually have a pretty decent one. I don't see a need for Spider Eggs, but I could definitely see myself using these. Especially with the, I can't remember what the skill is called, but it reduces the attack of all monsters on your opponent's side of the field by 800, and that's permanently. So, boom, crack Spider Eggs, you know, I mean, it looks pretty good, you know. Gravekeepers, Spear Soldier, this could be good. Even if you don't plan on running a Gravekeepers deck, if you equip them with something like can't remember what the card is called. It's the axe, raises your attack by 500. You know, you can inflict damage to a defense position monster, so that's pretty good. Magical Reflex Slime. Your opponent takes all battle damage that you would have taken from a battle involving this card. It's not that good, you know. Very situational. I wouldn't waste my stones on it. Rare stones are actually a lot easier to come by. So I mean, you can have a little leniency with these. Super rare stones, a little harder to come by, and then of course ultra rare are pretty much the hardest to come by. So definitely be careful on what you're purchasing from the card trader, because you want to conserve, you know, the materials that you're getting. Gemini Soldier has a pretty good effect, you know, but it's just a one-time sort of thing, you know. Once per turn, if this card will be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. If this card battles after damage calculation, you can special summon level 4 or lower Gemini monster from your deck. So if you're running a Gemini deck, be a pretty good card. But like I said, you know, not too many Gemini monsters out there. Just no, not really worth it. Malfunction is actually pretty good, except you're paying 500 life points, and I mean, you're negating a trap card, but you're not destroying it. So it has its use, but there's better cards. But this particular card you can use during any phase, whereas a trap, what is it called? Trap Jammer. I don't remember what the card is called. Can only be activated during the battle phase. So just some things to take into consideration. But Malfunction does not, I repeat, does not destroy the card. It only negates it and sets it right back down. So that's a waste of a card if you ask me. So you can spend notice it only takes gold to spend, you know, so I mean, it's okay, but I just wouldn't recommend it. Energy Absorb Monolith. Chain this card to an opponent's card effect. It will inflict damage to you. That damage is negated and you gain life points. I wouldn't waste my money on this either. Ritual. I mean, if you're running a ritual deck, I guess, you know, but this is a pretty bad card. I don't see the point of this. It says select one trap on the field and destroy it. If the selected card is set, pick up and see the card. If it is a trap card, that's a waste, honestly. The defense is good on this card, but it requires a tribute. It's not worth it. The attack is low. And there's actually a stupid little warrior card that will take care of trap cards. I just wouldn't go with it. Blade Rabbit is okay if you're running that clown deck where you're switching, you know, from attack to defense. It can be useful. Damage translation, I just wouldn't waste my money on this either. But if you're wondering like how you can get more gold, you get more gold by farming the little duelists that are running around every now and then. You know, you can get them by doing PvP, legendary duelists. That's pretty much like the only way that you're going to get, you know, a substantial amount of gold is by just playing the game. Now, how do you get the stones is what you would probably want to know next, right? So like UR stones, for instance, and I'll show you here. You go down here, the card catalog conversion. You access that through the card trader. As far as I know, I don't know any other way to do it. But if you want to get UR stones, what I do is sort the rarity. Now, I'm not gonna decompose anything here simply because I love my cards, and kind of like having all my URs, despite how useless they can be. But just for show, I guess. Let's say like this Red Eyes Black Dragon, you don't need to, I don't think, unless you're running a Red Eyes Black Dragon deck for fun. It's not going to do that well in competitive, I think. I'm not sure. Who knows about the future? You know, I don't know all the cards that are out there. But personally, me, I don't need two Red Eyes Black Dragons. It's nice to have one. So what I would do is I would just, convert this card. It says you are attempting to convert an SR card or above. Okay. And now see how they're both glossy cards? Well, I'm just going to select one, convert. As you can see here, it'll give you one UR jewel and one Stone of Darkness. And it'll give you 5,000 gold as well. And that's pretty much all you got to do to get some UR gems, It's just pulling them from packs. And if you don't need the UR card, like, you really, really, really got to think about it though. If you don't need it, then go ahead and decompose it. But just really think it through before you go and decompose these cards. Some of these cards you actually need later on in the game. So I recommend keeping all your URs until you get to at least high stage. I'm talking like 50, cap. Just cap, and then look at your cards and just see if you don't need these. But I mean, that's pretty much it. It's the same thing for, for SRs, whatever SRs you don't need, you can go ahead and decompose those as well. Convert those to whatever you want, same thing with rares and, your neutral cards. There's a lot of cards that honestly, you could do without, but personally, me, I like keeping my cards. I like the whole collection aspect, You can see Vile Germs. For some reason, I got 6 owned. Yeah, I don't even know what that's about. But up here at the top, you'll see we have Batch Convert. Go ahead and click that, and this screen will come up, and it'll give you it'll give you 3 options here. So it'll give you the option to keep 3 basic non-foil, 3 glossy, and 3 prismatic, and that's for every card. So I'll go ahead and click next. As you can see, I'll be converting a total of 6 cards. So I'll get 3,000 gold, a couple of stones. You can see rare stones, 9 stones. That's why rare stones are pretty easy to come by. So I mean, you can have a little more leniency with those. And then the rest of the stones that I got here, these are the ones that I'll be getting for all the decomposing. So just go ahead and convert. And I mean, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. But as far as like the card trader, the cards that I would really want to get are, Cerberus. If you're wanting to do some farming, Ryuryoku, definitely want to get that. But there's a card called, it's a trap card. I think it's called Ryuryoku Field. That's actually a pretty good card to get from the card trader. And I'll show you that right now, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see, where is it? Right here. And this is good whenever you're going against Kaiba, because Kaiba runs enemy controller. This card counters it perfectly. He runs 2 in his deck. So having 2 or 3 of these, pretty good. And you can see it's a neutral card. So it'll be pretty easy to pick up. All it takes is gold. I'll definitely pick up 3 of these cards. It's not going to hurt, trust me. And it's a pretty good counter. So other than that, I don't really see any need to pick any other cards from the card trader at this current point in time. I would just save up. And I mean, if you really feel like you need certain cards from the card trader, then go ahead, But other than that, nothing else I can recommend for you. But if you got any more questions, you feel like I left anything out, then go ahead and comment down below, and I'll try to cover it or try to answer any questions you might have. Gate keys. Just be wary that even though it looks like you have a lot of these regular gate keys, they do go by kind of fast, because it takes about 100 gate keys to duel one legendary duelist. So just farm is all I can say at this point. Just farm for these keys and hold on to them. But if you feel like you need more of a certain key than you do of another, then you can go ahead and purchase them. Just don't do it too much if you're not playing a lot, so save your keys. That's all I can say. I wouldn't buy them at the card trader unless you really need them. That's about it. So thanks for watching, guys.